Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. In this video I am going to discuss about what is a matrix, how to create matrices using lists, how to access matrix elements and different examples. First of all, what is a matrix? We know that a matrix is nothing but which is used to store our data in the format of rows as well as the columns. So, a matrix is a two-dimensional data structure where our elements are arranged into the rows as well as the columns. In Python, we don't have any built-in types for the matrices. However, we can treat these matrices as the nested list. What do you mean by a nested list? A nested list is nothing but a list which consists its elements as the list. So that is a list inside the another list is called as the nested list. How to create matrices using lists? Just now we have seen that Python doesn't have any built-in types. That means we must and should have to create a list where all the elements of those lists should be the again lists. So matrices are the multidimensional lists. So using nested lists, we can create a matrix which will be work for simple computational tasks. This is a structure. This is a list name. So a list has been started where each and every sublist is a row. A sublist is nothing but a row where each and sublist is separated by the comma until the ending sublist comes into the picture. Now, the element in the rows are called as the columns. This is column 1, this is column 2. So, these are the columns. The sublists are called as the rows. Example of a matrix structure. Let us consider an example of this one. So this matrix consists of row 1, row 2, row 3. That means 3 rows, column 1, column 2, column 3 and column 4. That means 4 columns. That's why it is called as a matrix of 3 by 4. That means 3 rows and 4 columns. How to access matrix elements? To access matrix elements in our Python, we have two ways. One is we can access a complete sublist or a complete row. A complete sublist is nothing but a row. That row can be accessed directly. Another one is accessing an individual element, which can be done by using the nested indexing. Let us consider an example. So this is the example which we have taken in the previous one. Now this is row 0, this is row 1, this is row 2. Let us assume my matrix name as DJ. So this first one is the row 0, this one is row 1, this one is row 2. Now if I want to access the above matrix in a row wise, that is entire sublist wise manner, that is accessing a complete sublist or a row, then simply how can I write is this one list name square braces followed by the index number. That means dj of 0 gives you the entire sublist, this entire sublist. dj of 1 gives this entire sublist. So dj of 2 gives this entire sublist. Let us take an example and try this one. I'm going to take a matrix called mat. So the first row of my matrix is 11, 33, 55. Second row of my matrix is 44, 56, 88. And third row of my matrix is 29, 34, 53. That's it. I am going to print this matrix mat. Run. Look at here. A matrix, sorry, a list which consists of the another list as an element. This type of lists are called as the matrices. Now, if I want to access this row 44, 66, 88. Then I have to give that print of my matrix name is mat, and the index of this 44, 66, 88 is 1. Run. Yes, we got 44, 66, 88. Now, if I want to access 11, 33, 55 list, the index of this list is the 0. Yes. Now, if I want to access 29, 34, 53, then the index of this list is the 2. 2. Yes, we got this one. So, if you try to print the entire matrix, we are going to get like this. So, this is accessing a matrix in a row-wise manner. Next one is accessing individual elements. To access this individual element, that is, for example, if I want to access 29, what is the index of this matrix? 2 is the index of that matrix. So print of our list name followed by outer matrix, outer list. What is our outer list means? The outer list is this list. Second indexing followed by what is the index position of 29 in this list? 0. So second element in the main list and the 0th element in the respective sublist. Then if you run this one, yes, we got 29. So of 0, 0, first row, first element, 0, 1, first row, second element, 0, 2, first row, third element, 0, 3, first row, fourth element. Now if I will print again without scrolling every time. Now I want to access 55. How can I access? Print of mat. Now what is the index position of this sublist? 0 is the index position of that sublist, followed by what is the index of 55? 2. Then 2. Yes, we got the 55. This is the way we can do. Now, these are the sample example. Now, is it possible to create a dynamic matrix in our Python? Yes, it is possible. First of all, let us take the number of rows. Rows equal to int of input of enter number of rows you want. How many rows you want? You can take into the integer. Then number of columns. Enter number of columns. So I am taking into the calls. I have taken number of rows, number of columns. Now I am going to take a matrix called A equal to empty. That means if I try to print the A matrix now, I am going to get the empty matrix. But basically we have seen in the previous example, a matrix means a list which consists of the sublist. That means the sublists are nothing but the number of rows. Sublists are nothing but the number of rows. So for I in range of rows. So if I take the rows as 3, let us assume that if I take rows equal to 3, that means my I will be rotated up to the range of 3. So that means my loop will be iterated up to 0, 1, 2. That means 3 times. Every time what I am going to do is I am taking an empty list called temp and I am appending that to the temp. A dot append of temp. This empty list is going to be appended to the matrix A because for the 0th iteration I am inserting or appending an empty list because a matrix is nothing but a list which consists of the sublist. Here how many rows we are taking? 3 rows. That's why for I in range of rows I am going to insert that many times empty list. Now let us print A. First of all, let us try this one. Run. Number of rows 3, columns 3. Look at here. First 0th row, first row, second row has been created. Now, after creating the number of rows, we have to insert the elements. For I in range of rows, that is first zeroth row. Every zeroth row, phi I in j in range of columns. Every row we have the number of columns in the calls. What I am going to do is I am going to take tt equal to int of input of enter value. So whatever the value I want to store, I am going to take it into the tt, and then I am going to append the tt into the a of I dot append of tt. Now number of rows we have taken that 3, range of 3. That means 0th row, first row, then second row. Then how many columns? Range of, yeah, I will take that row calls equal to 2. Okay, I will take calls equal to 2. Range of 2. Range of 2 means 0, 1. So whenever the first iteration comes into the picture, I value becomes 0. Then j value, whenever the inner loop executes, first time 0. So tt equal to int, that is an integer, whatever the value I enter, like 26. Then 26 is going to append into a of, what is I value? 0 dot append of 26. That means this is the 0th in sublist. For that 0th sublist, you are going to append the 26. So the first 0, 0, 0, 0 is going to append with the 26. Then next, j value becomes 1. So it is again asking me to enter the input. So I will enter 36. So a of 0 dot append of 36. Append of 36. That means a of 0 dot append of 36 means already 26 is there. After 26, 36 will be added. Now there are no more values to be iterated in the 0 jth columns. Now it comes to the outer loop. I value becomes 1. That means again 2 elements that are going to be inserted into the first index. After inserting in the first index, such as a of 1 dot append of 45, a of 1 dot append of 58. That means 45, 58 appended here. Then again comes to the outer loop. Then I value becomes 2. Again 2 elements. A of 2 dot append of 33. A of 2 dot append of 99. So 33, 99. Finally, the matrix will come to the 3. So do we have the range 3? No. So simply it comes out. If I print the what is my matrix there, then I am going to get that estimated output. It is a list with the sublist, first sublist, second sublist, third sublist. First one consists of the 26, 36. Second one 45, 58. Then third one 33, 99. Run. So 3 rows, 2 columns. Now I have to enter 6 elements. 26, 36. They are inserted into the 0th, this one, 0th element. Then 45, 58, 33, 99. Look at here. So this is as same as this one. A list. This one is the list, and that list have been the some sublists. They are the elements of that list. So this is the creation of a matrix in our Python using the nested loops. So some of the example related to the Python matrices using nested lists are addition of 2 matrices, transpose of a matrix. We have the subtraction also, same subtraction, and the most important one, multiplication of 2 matrices. So these examples I will discuss in the next videos. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel LifeLiyo. Thank you again.